What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I am back in the world of Windenburg and I'm building a very small little cottage because I just felt like building it and I wanted to build something very like run down in a way, so that's what I tried to do. It's not like run down in a gross way, but it is like very overgrown with plants and shrubs and flowers, and the landscaping definitely could use some help, but so could the rest of the house actually. But it's just not like, I mean, it's run down, it has cracks in the wall, it has some stains everywhere, and it's a little bit old and a little bit moldy and stuff. So yeah, it could definitely use a little renovation, but it's not like disgusting. It is very cozy still on the inside. So the person that lives here, I kind of imagined that maybe they like inherited this little cottage from like a family member, from their grandparents or whatever. And the previous owners passed away. So that's when the Sim decided to actually live here, because maybe they were living in a very small apartment before because they couldn't really afford an actual house. And so this was the first house that they actually ever got the chance to move into. So they took that chance, they took that opportunity, and they moved in here, even though it definitely needs some work. And I was thinking that the Sim, they would get some work done over time, probably, just not now, because as of right now, they just don't have the funds for it. There is some like nice pieces of furniture in the house, but it is all very like, you can definitely tell that it's older furniture and maybe stuff they got like from secondhand stores, or maybe stuff that are like hand-me-down items, or maybe even some items that were already here. So that's why they're a little bit nicer still. But for example, they could not afford to buy an actual bed, so I did use that little gross looking mattress that comes with Eco Lifestyle for a bed. So yeah, I tried to use little details like that to make it look like the Sim that lives here currently doesn't have a lot of money as of right now. But at a certain point, they probably will get around to fixing the house a little bit, renovating it a little bit, work on the landscaping, make it look all nice and pretty. And you can also tell that it definitely could use a paint job on the outside as well. I used that very like grungy looking paneling from, what's that pack called? Island Living. I feel like I always have to think about it so much whenever I'm trying to think of a name of a pack. It's like, I can't remember for the life of me, so that's always a little bit annoying. But yeah, that wood texture on the exterior of the house comes with Island Living. And then I also use like some shingles for the roofing. I think those are from Cats and Dogs maybe. So yeah, I did not limit my pack use. I used basically all the packs. So I am thinking of doing another like limited pack build. It's been a while since I've done a limited pack build, so I feel like I'm overdue. I need to actually try that again. And I'm thinking maybe I could make like a little apartment in San Myshuno with only base game and city living. Maybe that would be fun. But yeah, for the inside of the house, you can see that I'm placing down a fireplace, and I decided to use the fireplace from Paranormal Stuff because I haven't used that item just yet. I keep forgetting that the new pack actually comes with that fireplace. So I decided to place it down in this house, even though it doesn't look like it's a very old rundown fireplace, but at the same time, it kind of does look outdated. So I decided to just use it in this build anyway, because we don't have any like gross looking fireplaces anyway in the catalog. So I decided that that one would be just fine. But we will move on to the interior of the house a little bit later. Right now I'm doing the landscaping, and I used basically all debug landscaping from Get Together because I did build this in Windenburg, as you can probably tell. So I wanted this, like the landscaping, the surroundings of the house, I wanted it to fit in as well as possible, basically, with the surrounding area, with like the rest of the world. So that's what I tried to do, and I just used a whole heap of free landscaping because if you didn't know, the landscaping that comes in the debug menu is actually free because it's the objects that like the world creators or whatever you want to call them, world designers, use when they are filling in the world, when they are creating the world. So those plants and stuff, they're free, they don't cost any money. So it's always a nice way to give your lot some landscaping, but you don't have any money, for example, or you don't want to spend any money on it, because it does add up pretty quickly when you buy plants and shrubs from the actual menu. They're very expensive. So yeah, I decided to go with debug landscaping for this build anyway. And yeah, I think it looks really fun. It could definitely use some work, but at the same time, that's what I love about it. I always like to make my landscaping very lush and overgrown. And that's definitely what I did for this build as well. So I don't know, it's right up my alley. I think it looks cozy and fun. And yeah, I placed a couple of outdoor bins as well. You only need one for gameplay, obviously, but I just decided to place two because I figured they probably have been there a while, and I don't know why. It just looked like they were there for a while and kind of forgotten about. So I thought that that was a cute detail, and I placed some hanging plants as well. And oh yeah, I put down a rocking chair on the front porch because I was imagining that an elderly couple used to live here, and I don't know, maybe the grandma or the grandpa or anyone, they would just like to sit on that, they used to sit on that rocking chair on the front porch a lot and do some knitting or whatever. I don't really know, but I just really like the thought of it. And at the same time, it's also a little bit creepy because I did also place like some mail underneath it, like all scattered around the porch, because I don't know, it made sense for this build, and it's just mail that hasn't been opened because this cottage probably has been abandoned for a while. I figured that the people that used to live here, the elderly Sims, passed away a long time ago, like long before the Sim that moved in recently knew it even existed or knew it belonged to them now. So I figured, I don't know, there has been a lot of mail or like just unopened, and it's all scattered on the porch and on the inside as well. It just made sense. And here you can see that I moved on to the interior of the build, and I really enjoyed this end table for some reason because it looks so old and outdated, but at the same time still kind of pretty because it is so old looking, more traditional looking, and I just cluttered up the place with some plants. You can definitely tell that the Sim that's living here right now, they're trying to make it look cozy. Like they're trying to like place plants here and there, make it look cozy and lived in, make it feel like an actual home. So yeah, they really succeeded, I feel like, but at the same time, it just needs a renovation. So speaking of which, if you want to renovate this house, feel free to do so. I think that that would be really fun. Maybe I even want to do that myself. But yeah, if you feel like you want to renovate this house, make it look a little bit more modern and just a little bit nicer, you can definitely do so. You can download it off the gallery, obviously. I'll show you all that once we hop on into the game at the end of the video. But yeah, if you feel like you want to renovate this house, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below, and also let me know your EA gallery ID so I can look it up when you're done maybe and just take a look at it, because I always think it's so much fun to look at whatever you guys build. And yeah, so if you want to renovate this house, I would love to look at your creation. So if you feel like doing that, make sure to let me know and I'll check it out, because I think that's really fun. But yeah, here you can see I just put down a nice little 2-seater couch and a couple of mismatched chairs because I just think that that's cute. And I put down another little end table next to the fireplace. There's a lot of end tables in this house. I don't know what's up with that. but I was just really enjoying it. I'm placing another one down next to the back door, actually. So a lot of end tables, but also makes for a good amount of storage space, and I thought that that would make sense. And you can see that there is some like knitting decorations on top of the fireplace, because maybe that's still there from the previous owner, or maybe the sim that lives here, they like to knit themselves as well. I don't know, I just thought that that was a cute idea, and I didn't actually place a TV in this house because I was thinking that the sim, they either can't afford it or they can't, like, they don't have reception. Is that what you call it for TVs? They don't have reception here, so they can't actually watch TV, and they don't have internet either because, yeah, I thought that that would make sense. So there's no computer, no TV in this house, but if you want to place that down, it's obviously possible. So you can just go ahead and do that. But I was thinking that right now there is no TV, no internet in this place at the moment, but the sim is probably working on it because honestly, pretty much no one can live without internet these days. Like TV, no issue there, for me at least, but internet, that's going to be a problem. So I figured the sim that moved in here, they are working on that, they'll get it fixed. But as of right now, they don't have a TV or a computer because they can't afford it either. So they have to save up for that. And here I just placed a cutesy little dining table. I was trying to go with mismatched chairs, but it just wasn't working. It was looking a little bit too, like, I don't know, too busy. It just didn't make sense. Like, you know how sometimes whenever you're trying to use mismatched dining chairs around a table, it makes sense and it looks so cute. But for this one, it wasn't working, and so I decided to scrap that idea and just go for 4 of the same chairs. I think those are from Seasons. I really like the swatch, like the orangey wood tone. I think it's really, really pretty. But here you can see that I am just making the place look a little bit more gross and run down by using some like stains and cracks and holes in the wall. So yeah, I really like the way that this turned out. And here we have the kitchen, obviously. I used very rundown appliances because I needed to use those for this build. There was no other option. So I used those very rundown appliances from City Living, which I thought would make sense. And I really like this kitchen, even though it is pretty run down. The cabinets or the counters are actually very nice still. So I feel like they're probably old, but also very high quality. So you wouldn't actually really need to, the sim that lives here, they don't actually need to replace those. I mean, if they want to make the place look a little bit more modern, then yes, you might want to change out the cabinets and the countertops. But at the same time, they still look nice, so you don't really need to. Maybe they just want to paint them or whatever, or maybe they just want to update the appliances because those could definitely use an upgrade, I feel like, at least. But yeah, I cluttered up the kitchen a whole bunch, and I think it looks really, really cozy. And you can see that I placed some extra like stains and stuff in the kitchen as well. And yeah, just your regular clutter items that I basically always use in kitchens. But I don't know, I think cluttering up kitchens is one of my favorite things to do in this game. Oh yeah, I also put down a coffee maker. I almost forgot about that. There is no like microwave or anything, but I did decide to place down a coffee maker because I don't use coffee makers in this game that often. Like, I don't always place them down because I kind of feel like I just forget about them, or I don't have the space for them. But for this one, I figured I wanted to place one because I thought it was fun and I thought of it in time as well. So yeah, that's why I did that. And then there are a couple of books in the kitchen and just some plates, paper towels, cookies, and yeah, just towels on the rack on the wall right there, and just some herbs and stuff. I don't know, I really like this kitchen. It definitely feels like your standard grandparents' Sims house kitchen, and that's definitely the look and feel that I tried to go for this kitchen as well. So I think it turned out quite nicely. And then here we have the 4-tile bathroom. This bathroom is really small, And I was set on using that sink from Laundry Day. You could probably see me placing that down already when I was working on the kitchen because I didn't want to forget about it, because it comes in this green or teal swatch with like the stains in the sink. And I think that that is just perfect for this house. It's very outdated, very gross, but it works. And I don't know, it just makes sense for this old, rusty, gross looking bathroom. I don't know, I just really like the way it looks. And then now we're moving on to the bedroom, which is also very small, and I use that very rundown, grungy looking carpet. I think that carpet is from, what's it called? City Living as well. We got a lot of like rundown things in that pack, which I think is great. So yeah, like I said, the sim that moved in, they couldn't afford a bed. So yeah, they just have to make do with that mattress on the floor. But they're saving up, they're trying their best, and they're saving up to do some renovations, buy some new furniture pieces, maybe swap out the gross looking wallpaper as well, because that could use some fixing as well. And yeah, I just placed a very old looking dresser in this bedroom. It looks very cramped, but everything is functional because obviously, as always, I play tested the build. So my sim could get to either side of the bed, no problem. So yeah, I cluttered up the space a little bit. I placed that very random looking mirror that's from the very first game pack, Outdoor Retreat. See, this is what I mean. I can never think of the titles of the packs. For some reason, it's just difficult. I can't remember. But yeah, that mirror is from Outdoor Retreat, if I'm not mistaken, and it makes no sense in here, but that's why I used it, because it's probably something that they either like bought for very cheap or maybe even found somewhere, or maybe even crafted themselves. I don't know, maybe the sim is quite crafty. That could be a fun thing. But yeah, I just made this bedroom look as cozy as possible, even though it is very rundown and gross with weird little stains on the wall and everything. And that very weird looking rug that comes with Strangerville. It makes no sense in there, but at the same time it kind of does because of the color scheme, so I thought that that was a lot of fun. And then for the backyard, I just placed a woodworking bench. So yeah, maybe this sim is actually very crafty, and also an easel for some skill building items, and also a couple of planter boxes so you can do some gardening. And then for the rest of the backyard, I didn't really put anything. So if you want to renovate this house, you can definitely give some love to the backyard as well if you feel like doing that. But yeah, let's hop on right into the game and I'll show you the house. So here we have the house in the game. There is not much to see because it's very small, but I quickly wanted to show you anyway. You can see that the landscaping is very lush, very overgrown, and could definitely use some work. And then here on the back porch, there is just a couple of gardening tools, an easel, and a woodworking bench, and also some planter boxes. But yeah, let's hop on to the inside of the house. So here we have the little entryway. I really like the way that it's cluttered and just really messy. There is all this mail on the floor and stuff, and also some spider webs, which in the catalog, they don't have actual spiders in them, but in the game, they do have spiders. Like once you go into live mode, there are spiders there, and oh my god, I hate spiders. I am very afraid of spiders, so that's not fun at all, but it makes sense for this house. Here we have the little dining table and the little seating area, living area. No TV, but there is a nice painting to look at. And then here we have a nice bookcase that's actually functional, and the kitchen, obviously, with very rundown appliances, but they all work and everything is functional. And here we have the bathroom with that sink from Laundry Day that I was talking about before. I think it's perfect for this house. I kind of like the color scheme in here, even though it is very like run down. I do still like the teal and the orange. And then here we have the bedroom that's also very old and moldy and gross looking, but also kind of cozy at the same time. I really like this dresser situation right here. I think that that is very cozy, but that is actually it for this house. So this rundown cottage comes in at 38,000 simoleons. It's a little bit more more expensive than a starter home, so you might want to save up for this one a little bit if you're not using money cheats, but you can definitely go ahead and download it off the gallery if you want to. Like I said, if you want to renovate it, feel free to do so. Just upload it to your gallery and let me know in the comment section down below so I can go ahead and check it out. But that's already it for this video. So like I just said, you can definitely go ahead and download it off the gallery if you want to. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims. Please feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!